In-house. Peter Piker.
We can start off by introducing yourself.
My name's Rashawn, but everybody in the city call me Wood.
Okay.
That's what I'm known as.
So what you prefer called? What?
Yeah, that's what everybody call me.
All right. So what? All right. Let's take it back. So what was you incarcerated for initially?
I was convicted for murder. Well, I was locked up for murder and attempted murder.
And then what? You got found guilty of only the murder?
And I beat the attempted murder charge, and then I got found guilty of murder. I found guilty of murder, I'm gonna say, actually I found guilty of murder on my brother's birthday, which was June 24th, 2003. A third-degree murder.
Oh, so for the ones that don't know, what's the difference between third, second, and first?
Well, first-degree murder is where it's premeditated. So first-degree murder is something like if I say, yo, tonight we gonna go kill such and such.
Okay.
That's premeditated because we sat there and we thought it out.
Right. Okay. And then what's the second degree?
Second-degree murder is like you get conspiracy.
Okay.
You get conspiracy for murder. So since I brought you along with me, you can get conspiracy. But first-degree murder, you can get life or the death sentence for it.
And third is what, like?
Third-degree murder is you meant to. Third-degree murder is you meant to hurt somebody, but you didn't mean to kill them. But in the process of you hurting them, they died.
Okay.
So it's like a malice with an intent.
Okay, got you. And at what age? What age was you charged with these crimes?
I was 16 when I was charged with these crimes. 17 when I got found guilty of them.
So all right, let's bring it. So once you found out, how did you find out you had like a warrant for your arrest, or they was looking for you for these?
My mom called me. I went on a run. My mom called me, and she said they kicked the door in 2 times back to back, and they was looking for me. And you know me playing dumb, I just said, "Well, what they looking for me for?" She said, "They looking for you for a murder."
So how long was you on the run before they kicked your mom door?
I'ma say, we'll say give or take about a month.
And like,
well, they kicked my mom's door in within that week, but I went on a run. I've been on a run for about like a little bit over a month, give or take.
Okay. Now, all right. And so you 16 when you know for a fact they on your head. So what's going through your head when like your mom called you for the first time? Like, yo, they looking for you. Like at 16. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't never scared or nothing. It was just the fact of the matter is.
Have you been arrested at this time? Like, was this your first time about to go in?
I've been arrested before, but it wasn't for nothing like this. Like it was just school fights, stuff like that. Yeah, so I've been arrested before. Yeah. So, but it wasn't never for nothing for like this or nothing this deep. You know what I'm saying?
So, so how hard was it, like, being on a run for 30 a month?
Yeah, give or take a month and a half. It was hard, but it was more pressure on my mom, so I didn't like to see my mom keep going through that right there. But it was cool for me because I wasn't in Philadelphia. You know what I'm saying?
So where did they eventually find you at?
Oh, I came back to Philly.
And that's when he grabbed you?
Yeah. I came back to Philly coming out of a sneaker store.
What sneaker store?
20, that plaza up there on 29th Street. I don't know if that's 29th
Street. In between York and Dolphin?
Right there, that plaza there. So at that time they had a check. I think a Checkers was there at this time.
Okay, I knew y'all.
So I was coming out of there.
Okay, and that's who came and grabbed you? Like they was surrounded or something?
Yeah, so it was a bunch of police cars. It was some police cars. It was a detective came up.
So like you coming out of Checkers and the detective, like they got you surrounded?
Yeah, well I actually had Checkers and I was coming out of the sneaker store. I was coming to buy a brand new Air Force Ones. I was getting a brand new pair of them, and that's when they That's
so
when
you
they
coming
came.
out that Foot Locker right there.
Yes. Yeah, that Foot Locker episode, yeah.
So when they walk, so as you coming out, you got your Air Forces and all that, and the detective walk up to you. What's running through your mind?
I just said, oh, it's over.
So you're like, damn,
It's over. But you gotta understand is that I'm saying that it's over, but I don't believe that nobody is telling on me. So I'm thinking that I'm about to come home anyway. So okay, cool.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you like, all right, I'm about to go sit and fight this.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit for about a year or two. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna come home. So.
All right. So now once you get arrested, they take you where?
They take me in the homicide unit, 8th and Race.
Okay. And then they questions you and stuff?
No, they see, they can't question you. Like when you under 18, they need your family permission.
Okay.
Plus, I had 2 attorneys already that we already hired.
Oh, you had like on retainer prior before?
Yeah, we hired them once I found out that they was looking for me.
Okay.
So I already had 2 attorneys that we already hired. You know what I mean? One of them was actually the one that plays in that everybody at this time he was real good. Fortunato Perry.
Okay.
So that I mean, the one that everybody.
You had him in his prime.
Right. I had him when he was actually, he was in his prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, when he was good. Him and Brian McGonigal, like when he was good.
Yeah, I know exactly what you said.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So all right, so they never questions you now. So after they take you to a homicide unit and stuff. Where they take you to after that?
All right, so after that they take me to the homicide unit, and they take me to State Road. After they do the fingerprints and after they do all that type of stuff, they take me up to State Road. I go to sit up on. I go to the House of Corrections because this is where they was holding the juveniles that was tried as an adult. So I goes up there to the House of Corrections. I get put on. I'm gonna say the block was
A block?
No, it wasn't A block. It was C block because they had moved them upstairs, so it was C block.
Okay.
All right, so they was on. I was on C1, and I went and got on. I went and got on quarantine.
And what was it like when you first came in? Like,
I mean, it was cool. I mean, I won't say it was cool, but it wasn't nothing to be nervous about because it's like all the guys that I knew, they was all there for real. Okay. They was all tried as adults. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people had robberies, and so it basically was like, okay.
So how long was you sitting before you found out? All right, so now you at the House of Correction. How long was your court date? Your first one, your preliminary?
Let me say. All right, so when you get the preliminary hearing, they hurry up and give you one within like a 2-week period. So I'm gonna just say about 2 weeks before my first preliminary hearing.
And when you went to that first preliminary hearing, what did you find out?
I didn't get in because the witnesses didn't show up. Whoever was, I still don't know who was a witness at this time.
Okay.
So it got rescheduled again, like another 2 weeks.
So when you hear, like when your lawyer tell you, "All right, it's rescheduled because the witness ain't come," like you ain't like question the witness who. Like,
I'm thinking that it may just be some older people that's in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
After you, so when you hear that, you kind of like replaying it in your mind. You guess like trying to figure out.
Yeah, I'm trying to really figure out who it is. But at the end of the day, I'm still young, so I'm not really.
You're not too right.
Yeah, I'm not too advanced as far as like the law or whatever else is going on. You know what I mean? All I know is that I paid you my money or my family helped pay the money and all that, and.
All right,
you should get me out.
On that, right? I want to break this down for people that don't know. Now break down now what you know now. How old are you?
37.
All right, so you're 37. You were 16 at the time. Now imagine what you know now, and then like most people don't. Are you 16? Basically a child.
Yeah.
Now you don't know nothing. Like most of it, because I was on the juvenile block too, and I was thinking I ain't never go to the law library. Most of it didn't even know what you get what I'm saying, do, and we all was like kind of all right, lawyers kind of like they all have they got their like the lawyer's fee, and then they got the fee where if you paying that or you get special privileges. But if you not knowing, you think you paid a little light fee. You get what I'm saying? Most of them kind of like, you get what I'm saying? They get you bullshit deals or whatever. But is it all right? Let's say if you had the knowledge that you had now, is there anything you would do different, like for studying something?
Yeah. See, we had this. It used to be this guy down there. He was the same age as we was, but he wasn't. Meaning that he was 17, but mind you, he been locked up since he was 13. So his name was Michael Johnson. He was a dude that walked around a block with glasses on, with a legal. He was a legal type of dude. He'd go to the library while when our recreation come out at 6 o'clock, we all want to run to the gym. He's going to the library. So we used to all look down at that. Didn't understand what really was going on. Until I just asked him one day, like, you always walking around with these books. And he broke it down to me. So I still didn't like, all right, whatever. I'm like, you ain't got no lawyer. He just said that he been locked up since he was 13 years old, and
you remember he was fighting?
He was fighting murder. So what happened was, if I'm not mistaken, somebody beat his sister or raped his sister. Yeah, and he killed. He wound up getting like 50 to 100 though, I think. Yeah, he wound up getting like 50 to 100 years. Yeah, Michael Johnson, I'll never forget him because he the one that actually introduced me to the law, and he actually told me, listen, if you don't beat your case, this is what you're gonna have to do when you get up there, when you go upstate.
And he was saying, listen, well, he was 17 at the time you met him?
He was 17, yeah.
So he had like what 4 years in at the time?
He was booked since he was 13.
Oh, that's crazy. So you saying most people was looking down on him, like?
Yeah, because you know we young, so we want to play basketball. Mm-hmm. We want to fight. We want to watch TV on the block. We want to play ping pong. We want to play cards for money. We still don't understand the magnitude of what's going on here. We still don't understand it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's a scientific fact. A 16-year-old got a mind of a 10-year-old. And
another fact is that most men don't understand the consequences of their actions until they reach 25.
Right. Well, see, a man's brain don't fully develop until he's 25, and a woman's brain fully develops when she's 21. So this is the reason why they always say women is smarter than most men.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
all right. Now look, so all right, as juveniles, because before we get into the, like, I wanted to break down to a lot of people where a lot of people don't understand is you're a juvenile, and even though you charge as adult, but you're a juvenile being treated as a adult. Like if you think about when we was in house of corrections, you locked down majority all day, and you get to come out for like an hour. Right. But as a teen, at 16, you got all this energy. That's something maybe adults can handle. But so I know when I was there was a lot of stabbings, fightings because we was locked down all day. And then you come out, you got an hour to use the phone, and 60 of us on the block. 41 use the phone.
Well, see, the thing is about that is that the only really time you really able to get out is if you had to go to school. So you got to go to school. You have to go to school.
So
if you
that's
don't
the
go
whole
to school.
shift.
So basically, you going to school from 7:30 to 3:30. You go back and you lock in, and you go ahead and get your little 6 to 8 o'clock out at nighttime. So that's it. That's all you really working with.
So you got what 2.5 hours to shower, run around,
get on the phone. You get your most time on the weekends.
Oh, right.
You get your most time. You don't got no school. You get your most time on the weekends.
But do you think that's too for juveniles though? Like you don't think that's a little too much? Like really imagine if you think.
Yeah, but it is too much. But this is the reason why that you getting tried as an adult.
But I agree with that. But what about the resources? Think about like what did you learn while using the house of correction? It's not like they really treat you as an adult. Like it's no type of like.
I didn't learn anything down at the house of corrections.
Right. So when you went up to upstate, did they have more programs for you?
Yeah, because see, once you leave there and you get to go to this place upstate called Pine Grove.
And break down Pine
Grove. And Pine Grove is a upstate juvenile facility, and they had to make an upstate jail for juveniles because there was so many juveniles that was getting tried as an adult, and they couldn't put them in a grown man prison because they were getting taken advantage of. So they had to put him in a juvenile upstate penitentiary. So they made Pine Grove. But what they did with Pine Grove was they made one side full of juveniles and they made one side full of adults.
So alright, for the ones that don't know, right, what's the difference between, let's say, county jail or state road and upstate?
As far as you saying the county jail,
like, you know, CFCF.
right? I'm just saying, but as far as you saying upstate and that juvenile jail or upstate period?
Let's start off with the juveniles and then talk.
Upstate with the juvenile is that they not gonna really give you you're not getting the leniency that you would get in the county.
For like what?
See, you gotta understand something. When you in the county, you only about 20 or 25 minutes away from home. You can call your mom about certain stuff. You can call your family about certain things if they doing something wrong. They don't care about that shit upstate. You dealing with them white people up there. You dealing with them people that's, you 6 hours away. So you go ahead and get out of line with them up there. They gonna go ahead and stump your head through the floor, put you in the hole, and you call your mom, whatever you gonna do. You figure it out back there though.
So upstate there basically put hands on you and then charge you? Or you'll get in trouble for them beating you up?
It depends.
So you done seen situations?
Yeah, I got homies that's actually done. I got a homie now that did a 5 to 10. That had a 5 to 10 when I went to jail.
And he's still up there?
Right. So that just lets you know.
Like, so he basically got like an extended stay because
he kept putting his hands on the guards. See, every time you put your hands on the guards, what happens is you get a 2.5 to 5, you get a 3 to 6, and before you know it start running bow-legged. So bow-legged is like if I catch a 5 to 10 for a robbery, and they give me another 10 to 20 for a shooting. Instead of me trying to get everything run together, I got to do 5 to 10 for the robbery, meaning that I got to wait till my 5 years is up on the parole. And then when I get parole off of that, I got to flip over now and I got to do the 10 to 20 for the attempted murder or something like that.
Wow.
So the system is designed to really to keep you incarcerated. This is why it's a big thing as far as dealing with the parole system and all that.
So let's take it back. So now, you got 2 weeks into your court date. What's some of the things you was doing before you found out who was snitching? Like, what's some of the things you was doing on like the block? How long was you on quarantine?
7 days. You been on the quarantine for about 7 days.
All right. So now you out with general population.
About there with general population. I ain't thinking of anything. Like I said, I'm on the phone, still talking to the young girls, still calling in the, still calling in the hood. We're just having a conversation. I'm not thinking about none of this stuff for real because in my mind I still think it's a game. Even though I know what I'm locked up for, but I still think it's a game. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really paying too much attention. So all right.
Now 2 weeks, fast forward, now you at your first preliminary hearing.
Right. Witness. It was shocking,